dear co-creators. You know what's very painful? It's very painful to take our cue from our circumstances. And with this, I mean that we let our feeling state depend on something outside of ourselves, seemingly outside. It's very painful to not know that we can generate our own feeling, that we can generate our own experience out of any circumstance, out of any situation. And I felt like going a bit deeper in this topic because it seems so convincing that we have to feel according to what is happening. This is such a painful belief. So painful. You know, because we tend to take our cue from a circumstance, but this circumstance is nothing else, only smoke and mirrors, nothing else than a reflection of how you previously felt or of how you are feeling right now. With this, I mean your vibratory state of being. It's according to your beliefs, according to what you send out, to who you are at that moment. That is the experience you receive. It's like a friend told me this day, like, yeah, a few days ago, I had this experience, and like something happened in the day, and he went on in the day, and he was like, yeah, I just want something good to happen today. And he felt like, yeah, why is this happening to me? And everything went wrong, and thing after thing, again and again and again. And you see, like he was in this state continuously, and he attracted only more of this. He said after this whole day where all kind of things went wrong, and he took his plate to eat. The first thing in the whole day to eat was already very late, but he didn't eat because of a lot of circumstances. He took the plate, he walks to the table just to have a moment to sit, and the plate falls out of his hand. He's like, no, this can't be true, what the fuck? So he cleans everything and he puts it aside, and he takes something to drink, and he walks to the table. Before he comes at the table, the drink slips out of his hand. He was like, no, this can't be real, this can't be real. And I'm sharing this story because, we all have this kind of days when we are feeling that everything is going wrong, like the whole universe is working against us. And then we are in this mindset of attracting only more and more and more of this. This is a little permission slip, little metaphor to explain what I meant with you can choose your experience. It isn't always conscious, we are always generating our own experience, always. Even if you are not conscious about it, this doesn't make any difference. The only thing that matters, that is important, when you are willing to care about your life and you are willing to care about how you feel. Otherwise, you can drop it right away. It's not important. But if you care, it is important to pay attention to what is going on inside of you. You can even do this multiple times a day. Like make a habit of this. Maybe 12 times a day, you ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Simple question. At the moment you start to pay attention to how you're feeling, you're in a state of being at that moment, you start to become more aware of what is going on. You can start to be more aware of what your emotions want to tell you. Because if we go through life with so much mixed frequencies, with so much mixed intentions, we only get mixed outcome. As simple as this, as a reflection. When we want a little bit of this, we want to create this, but we are not sure, and we let our fears decide for us, and actually we want this, but we say we want, and we only get a lot of different things at the same time, and your day will feel like this. I can't do this anymore, but I have to. And then you give up. You say, fuck it. But if you become a conscious creator in that sense, to really take responsibility for how you are feeling, to take back your power. And what I mean with taking back your power is that we tend to believe that we have none. How is this possible that we always tend to believe we don't have the power? It's time to take it back because we believe something to be true. So when a thought arises, for example, this thought alone, naked and alone, has no power. It has no power of itself, nothing at all, only because we pervade the thought from the power by believing that it's true. When we put our belief, this is one of your powers. When you put your belief in something, it becomes true for you. It becomes your experience. It becomes experiential to you. This is how powerful you are. A thought by itself has no power. What is a belief anyway? Because if the belief is the important factor here, what is a belief? Isn't it just a thought we kept replying and replying? So we generated these emotions as reactions, a combination of this thought and this emotion that is the reaction of the thought. They come together and they form a belief. And this belief is a kind of feeling inside. This is the only thing. So start to tell yourself a new story. One that fits you more, one that really resonates with you, one that reveals more of your true power, one that goes in the direction where you want to be. This sounds very simple, and it is. But paradoxically, it doesn't feel like. And in the beginning, it asks a bit of effort, you could say, to unlearn that what is making you so tired. So in the beginning, it looks like you have to put more effort, like it's making you more tired, but this is only for a short while. If you really become clear on that this is what you want to experience in your life, in your everyday experience, then it's very easy. In a few days, you can generate a total new switch of experience of how to look to your emotions, about how to be a conscious co-creator in this sense. And this is amazing. This is truly amazing.
It is. It is.
You see it is? The man without pants says it is.
It is.
It is. That was only one beautiful soul looking at this point. So yeah, in this way. And when we start to become more conscious about the fact that we have the power, that we don't have to give it away all the time. And she said, hey, good looking to you. So you're beautiful. With her, but
Thank you.
Thank you, it says. And so what was I saying? So yeah, at the moment we start to become more conscious about that we have the power. So we take our power back, and when we start to apply this more and more in our daily life, then we can start to play with our imagination. And with this I mean to truly imagineer your life, to engineer your life according to your imagination. This is what I meant with imagineering. How do we do this? Because imagination is great, but starting to feel it is even better. And starting to be it is what actually generates the change. It's what pastes your chosen frequency, your chosen reality, the chosen version of yourself onto this earth. It is what creates your new experience, you could say. And how do you do this in a really easy, simple way? Is that when you have you can do this in the same at the same moment that you check in with yourself about how you are feeling. So I said, as a suggestion, maybe you can start to ask yourself more of the time through your everyday life, how am I feeling right now? You go inside. If you feel it's a little bit mediocrity, or you feel, yeah, I'm feeling just fine, I'm feeling neutral, or I'm semi-bit depressed, but I'm used to it, so it's okay. At this moment, this is the moments where I'm talking about. You can apply this anytime, but just as an example, when you feel this, when you check in with yourself, you can close your eyes and come back to yourself. Start to become aware of the present moment, of your body. That is, in a sense, your physical anchor point. You can start to become aware of your breath. And you can relax your mind, your body, and become fully present here and now. And from this sense of I am, the sense of I exist, the I before anything else, from this point you can start to imagine a preferred version of yourself. You can start to tap in a new quality that you would like to embody, or a new vision in the form of a project, or an action, or a way to be of service more that you feel attracted to. Anything in this sense, or what you prefer, what excites you the most. You tap into this vision. When you start to let yourself drop into this experience, when the meditation starts to kick in, you become to feel it. At one point, you have to let the imagination slip into your state of being, your vibratory field, and then you start to feel it. And you let this feeling increase a bit more and a bit more. And then you start to focus on the details. When the details don't pop up naturally, you can keep it general, just as a feeling, as a frequency, as a state of being. This is okay. But if you can make it detailed, make it detailed. And more of the qualities. Look to how this version of yourself would act. See how it sees. And at one point, the most important point, you have to become it. When you start to generate this feeling more and more and more and more and more, you really drop into this version's reality. You are literally downloading this into your experience. More specifically said, you are shifting your consciousness into this version's parallel reality of yourself that is already coexisting right now. Because everything from the past, the present moment, future, they all exist as one, all simultaneously as one infinite moment. So this version of yourself exists parallel to the version that is now physically focused. So when you start to feel and tap into more of this preferred version of yourself, you start to leave the other version aside. It like evaporates, it falls away. And you don't have to take the bias of the previous version into your new version's reality. This is a total complete new version of yourself with a total complete new past and future. You shifted timelines, literally. This is how powerful you are. When you start to shift your consciousness into this version of yourself, at one point you have to become it. You start to act as this version would act. You start to talk as this version would talk. You start to see life in the same way. You start to believe in the same way and perceive in the same way. And then you are literally shifting into this version's reality of yourself. And this is amazingly amusing. Because at the moment you start to tap in, you feel a little smile can occur on your face. You start to feel the excitement more and more and more, and you really are tapping into this power. This is your infinite power. You can morph yourself into whatever you desire. This is how crazy this existence is. Really, like everything they told us when we were kids, it's bullshit. It is bullshit. And what I mean with this in a really smooth way, in a really loving way, is that it is bullshit. And instead, like, yeah, indeed, like you say, Michael, we're always at ground zero. We can shift into whatever we prefer. This is your power. This and much, much more. But when you start to play with this, when you start to apply this, you start to feel this power. And when you start to feel this power at one point, you are living so much of it that you have to put on camera Facebook Live and have to share it. You know, this is how powerful it is. I am not joking, and I'm not asking you to believe me. I am asking you to try this out. C'est tout, c'est ça. It's alles. Just play with your imagination. Imagination, we tend to look at it as if it isn't real. Like as if it is less real as our physical imagination. It is both imagination. So just start to play with it. Step into this preferred version of yourself and you will see miracles. Really, like, wow, you become this and you start to understand that you can shift into whatever you prefer. This can be material, this can be more non-physically focused. It doesn't matter. You can apply this in your job, you can apply this on school, you can even apply this on how you would fill in the exam. This is your power. Start to use it consciously. Stop letting your unconscious paint on the canvas of your life. These times are over. Completely over. In this way, you are becoming a conscious co-creator in the sense that you are pasting your frequency onto life. You are creating. You are sitting in the creator's seat once again, and you stop playing victim. This is what happens when you start to play with your imagination and start to imagineer your life. Again, this is engineering your life according to your imagination. How beautiful. How beautiful. You are a magnificent participant of this universe and nothing less. Nothing less. Start to generate how you feel more of the time. Every time you can remind yourself in the day, start to play with this. Start to investigate. What do you have to lose? Nothing. Nothing at all. So in this way, have fun. And I wish you an amazing, amazing evening. Amazing, amazing evening. Really. Like you can live your preferred life no matter what. This is your power.